One thing that you just have never got enough of in your weight shop, clamps or cramps. We're going to take a look at all the different types of cramps or clamps that you might need in your weight shop. Now, workers all know this is a G-cramp. Now this is a Stanley one, going from small ones like this right up to big sort of 9 or 10 inch G-cramps. What you will find with the cheaper ones is the threads won't work very well, and when you're trying to cramp something up and you've only got one hand spare, you'll really be struggling to get the cramps on and off. I've had these G-cramps probably about 15 years and they still work just as good as the day I brought them. So that's the G-cramp. Move on to this one. This is what's called a speed clamp. What you've got here is just a flat bar, and then you've got a pump action handle, a bit like a silicone gun or cartridge gun, very similar to that. So you just pump it, close it, you press this little button there to release it. The mediocre on pressure, these, you can't get loads of pressure on, but you could normally get enough just to close a joint up while the adhesive goes off. One good feature about this one as well is you can undo this screw there, and you can take that off, and what you do is you put it on the other end, and you can actually use the speed clamp then, not as a clamp, as actually to open something, or you can put it on like a weight top to lift a unit up off the weight top and things like that. So you can actually use it as a spreader as well as a clamp. It also comes in different sizes, just like the G-cramp. That opens to a maximum of 150mm. A smaller one here, which I think opens to about 100mm. That's the speed clamp. And going on from the speed clamp, you go on to these spring clamps. Again, available in different sizes. There you can see that's classed as a 6 inch. I think that's classed as a 4 inch. These are so handy, so handy. Now the next one called a speed clamp, where you lock them and then you've got a little lever there to release them. You've got an adjustable screw there which widens the jaw of them. What I tend to use these for especially is if you're gluing boards together like this, right? And the edge of the board there is stepped, it's not level. Very often I'll cramp them across the board, but then I'll also put one of these like that on the joint, so it holds the two boards flush. So the final clamp we're going to look at is this one. Now this is a Sash clamp in loads of different lengths, these right down to sort of little short 18 inch or 450mm ones, and they go right up to normally 6-8 feet long. Things to look for when you're buying a Sash clamp is the travel of the thread, just to see how much adjustment you've got on it. Some cheaper ones only have a very small amount of adjustment on them. Sometimes it'll have like an handle rather than a screw thread. It'll have like a locking handle. They're pretty good as well, but you don't get a lot of movement on them. So it's things like that to consider when you're buying Sash clamps. So I hope that's helped you out. As I say, it's an essential part of having a weight shop. You're going to need some clamps. If you want to know anything else about clamps or cramps or brands that do all these cramps, then just drop me a message or post in the comments and I'll come straight back to you, I promise. And if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, you know what to do. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like, share, comment, and I'll see you lot on the next video.